So here's the deal, right? At this moment, Donald Trump is figuring out who he's going to pick to be vice president. You have several black people on the short list: Tim Scott, Wesley Hunt, Ben Carson, and Byron Donalds that I know about. Recently, Byron Donalds was talking about how the black family was more together in the earlier times, early previous decades. How we had the husband, the wife, and people were working before the welfare state was pushed on black America. The welfare state is still being pushed on black America. Abortion, legalization of drugs, those things are being used to attack the black family and for the destruction of the black man. California and New York is the ones that got all the penitentiaries and got all the jailhouses. These are blue states, Democratic run states. Again, we're talking about the destruction of the black family. So you legalize drugs, get the black family hooked on drugs, and you take away their children and you lock them up. You put the abortion clinics in the minority neighborhoods, and you have the black people killing their babies. You push the welfare on the black community, and so then people don't go to work. The woman thinks she don't need a man because the government helped raise the children. And so it's a continual stagnation in the black community, specifically because of Democrat policies. See, if you're on welfare, then you don't work, you don't have good credit, and you can't buy property. And so you're a renter your entire life, when wealth is really in real estate. You have no 401k, you have no pension. And so you're not living the high quality of life and the high standard of life that your white counterparts are living. So when Byron Donalds was talking the other day, he wasn't trying to justify Jim Crow laws, and he was not saying that Jim Crow laws were better for black people. Republicans do not tout and do not compliment Jim Crow laws. Jim Crow laws were written by Democrats in order to keep the black people down. See, the Democrats are the slave owners in the KKK. And the Democrats are using black people specifically for their votes. But at the whole time, plotting and planning the continual destruction of the black family. Now, the media, which is owned and controlled by leftist Democrats, will always take a short snippet of a lesson that is being given to the black people by black Republicans and try to make it appear that they're saying something different. When in reality is, the Republican Party have always been pro-civil rights, anti-Jim Crow, anti-slavery. People don't really understand what's going on because they're not actually being taught. They are being lied to by Democrats who have power, are trying to get power, and trying to maintain their power. See, a lot of people don't know. Joe Biden told Charlemagne the God, he said, well, if you don't know whether you should vote for me or vote for Donald Trump, then you ain't black. The Democrats have lied to black America so much and so often that black people don't know who to vote for. They don't know that they should be voting Republican. They don't know Abraham Lincoln was Republican or Frederick Douglass was Republican. They don't know that every major move that black people have made in the United States have come with the aid and the assistance of the Republican Party. Poor people don't even know that what they call those Obama phones ain't got nothing to do with no Barack Obama. Ronald Reagan came up with what's called the Lifeline Plan when he was president of the United States back in the 80s to make sure minorities and black people and poor people could have a telephone in their house. Now, as time moved forward and less people have landlines in their house, then Baby Bush, George W. Bush, transferred the Lifeline program to the cell phones. Barack Obama and the Democrats have nothing to do with that. They have not been looking out for black people like black people have been led to believe. It's just the truth. So when Byron Donalds was talking, he was not complimenting Jim Crow. He was not saying Jim Crow is the reason that black families were together. He was speaking about a time when the black family was intact and when we worked and when we owned businesses. Democrats burned down our cities, our black Wall Streets. Democrats is the ones that took our land from us and put parks on it and took our beachfront property and turned it into something for white folks to use. But the leftist media, which again is controlled by the Democrats, have gave you a whole nother different version of history because they need your vote. But I have to warn you, black man, black woman, black family, that the Democrats right now have an open southern border, have brought in more than 10 million illegal aliens, and this executive order that Joe Biden just signed does not stop illegal aliens from coming into this country. In fact, he just set in stone a legal way for illegal aliens to come into this country with that executive order. And those illegal aliens are replacing you, black man, black woman, black family. And they're part of the continual, systematic, planned destruction of the black family. Y'all need to do your homework. Y'all need to do your research. Because Joe Biden and the Democrats do not have your back. Because the Joe Biden Democrats have never had black families back. That's what Byron Donalds was talking about. That's what Tim Scott and Clarence Thomas and other black people who are conservative are talking about. Trying to let you know what's really going on. But you're not going to get that from the media. The media is part of the plan to destroy the black family.